Minnesota on film, what do they do well?
Man, I mean, playing in this league in the Big Ten, I'd have to say, week in, week out, it's a great challenge. And coming into this week, we know a lot of things that they do well in the pass game and the run game with an experienced quarterback. So I'm really excited for the challenge they bring all around.
What have you seen from today in practice and just his development?
Man, I'm really excited. Being an older guy playing college football for quite some years now, seeing guys like that come in and just have an arc, like a build and kind of a ability to play this college football game at such a young age is super exciting. And then watching him day in and day out of practice, step up to the plate and just grit and grind. If something doesn't go well, still bouncing back up and looking for the next play to get better.
What's he do best right now?
Man, I would say the best thing that he does is, just have a flush it mentality. You flush it, get to the next play. It's really hard to learn in this game, and I think that's one thing that he does really well.
On the fourth down at the end of the game, Nate dropped into coverage. Roughly how many times in your college career would you say you've dropped back into a zone?
So on that play, we were able to have coverage responsibility, and I was really excited, have an opportunity maybe to make a play on the ball, and it happened to go Nate's way. And in my career, I haven't done that too many times, but it's really exciting, being able to have a diverse, responsibility out there.
Why is this defense so tight-knit and so close, would you say?
I'd say the main thing with this defense is communication up and down the front, and then going into the linebackers and defensive backs as well. So I think that's the main part of it is, talking on and off the field, when we come to the sideline, communicating, and then we're on the field communicating is just as important.
Dan talked early on about you being a guy that he wanted the young guys to sort of watch and emulate how you do. Where does that come from for you? When did that sort of start, the lead by example and do things the right way?
I think my whole career, I've always tried to, do my job so others can, learn from that. And being in a position here, being an older guy and having a room full of younger guys, it's really important for them to be able to see an example of someone that, try to do the correct things on the field, but then also like practice habits and, film room habits and questions as well, just how to, etiquette all across football.
What's it like for you to be on the number 11 team in the country?
And so it's really special to be on a team where there's a lot of eyes on you, like here at USC. But as far as rankings go, you try not to listen to that stuff and all that. But yeah, obviously having a lot of eyes on you, being in this conference, and like I said, week in and week out having games, like Minnesota, like this past week at Wisconsin, and just going through the whole schedule, just having a challenge and being able to have other people talk highly of you, super special.
What are the discussions like with your family, as much as you're willing to share after a game where, you came from Wisconsin and you're here at USC, you're starting, you're playing a huge role. I'm sure your parents are so proud. What are those conversations like?
Man, yeah, I was actually blessed to have my family out here for this game, and a lot of my extended relatives were here as well, and they were just super happy, be able to see me play against the team that, we were growing up watching back home in Wisconsin, and just super happy for me where I'm at, and couldn't be happier to have them at most of these games.
What have you seen from Devin Tompkins as he kind of progresses, steps into a bigger role a little bit?
Dev. Oh, man. He's one of my really good friends on the team, and I'm just really blessed to be able to be out there on the field with him and look at him next to me and see some of his first snaps, as a USC Trojan. And I think one thing that he does super well is, bring energy on the field and off the field every single day, and, learn from other guys, if he's not in or if he's coming off the field from being on, telling us what he saw, and does a really good job of that.
What areas do you feel as a defense overall that you've kind of taken steps forward through the first few games?
I think the biggest steps that, we had to overcome was, the opportunities that we've had, coming out of halftime, being down some points and, multiple games, and having, that being a deficit, is something that is hard for a lot of teams. So some teams don't go through that until later in the season. Getting that out of the way early, you'd rather not. But being in all these different opportunities early in the season, I think we're, kind of rolling now and have seen a lot of things.
How helpful is it when Coach Lynn stays so calm at halftime when you guys are down at the break? Like, does that kind of set the tone for the group in the second half?
Yeah, 100%. Going in there as a unit, being with the defensive guys and talking to each other and seeing what we saw the first half, and going in and knowing that we were able to go out in the second half and plenty more football to play. I couldn't be happier coming out of the locker room with that group of guys and having Coach Lynn go over all that stuff during halftime. So that's kind of how that mindset worked.